Tarkov A Halo Story is a non-profit fan-made audio drama by Jumperscape Audio set in the Halo universe. All rights to Halo are the property of Microsoft, Xbox and 343 Industries. If you wish to support Tarkov A Halo Story and Jumperscape Audio's future projects, please consider finding us on our Patreon or joining our Discord. Thank you for your listenership and enjoy the episode.
Figure out why.
We're just getting the creatures out there the talent for doing what they do. Like you.
2, 1, clear!
I'm sorry, Sergeant. She was a good soldier.
It shouldn't have ended up this way, sir.
We often see life that way, son. I wish it were easier to find ways around these harsh realities. Your team brought great honor upon the UNSC. If you need anything right now, it's yours.
I just want to be back home, sir. I've had enough time off the Aegis Fate.
I'll make sure to send up a signal so we can return one of their best troopers.
Thank you, sir.
Of course. Do you have any questions that you'd like answered before you leave this outpost? I feel like you deserve a few mysteries explained at this point.
Quite a few, actually. But I only want to know one thing. Where's that deadbolt key? The one we recovered from Ember.
Still at Victoria Station being experimented on. Why?
Simply curious.
Approaching UNSC, Aegis Fate.
Hey, Scarface. You alive in there?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Sorry. After ops, you just kind of get comfortable in the armor, you know?
Well, don't get too comfortable. Avon just sent out another mission alert.
Already? We just got back onto the ship.
Apparently, it's top priority. Mike's already cleaning off his boots.
Jeez, the guy really needs to get himself straightened out, or he'll end up getting spooked by his own shadow.
No kidding. Come on. We're supposed to meet in the pod bay in a few minutes. We should probably make sure he isn't hiding in his locker trying to avoid the drop.
If he is, at least take a picture first.
We were worried you wouldn't show up, man. Once Oni came on board to take you, and we thought... Wait, where are the others?
Where's Boro?
The captain? The command deck. But why? Hey! Hey! What's going on, man? Where'd you go?
You wanted to see me, sir?
Yes, Sergeant. I've been watching your performance in the field. Rather impressive, I must say.
Thank you, sir.
That being said, the rest of your team doesn't come close to your caliber, so I'm reassigning you to Delta 4.
Delta 4? Isn't that under Captain Avon? I thought he had top mark troopers on his team already.
He returned home this morning alone after a mission on Mirrodin. The battle went south, fast. Lost far too many high-class assets.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
No time for mourning, Trooper. We have a fight to finish. Report to Captain Avon. I'll notify him of your arrival.
Yes, sir.
Sergeant Tarkov, so you finally made it home to us.
No reinforcements on Ember. Secrets about keeping a Spartan on board. You let those Oni agents take us without even trying to defend us.
Who in the hell do you think you are?
No significant assistance on aerial. Not even so much as an attempt to establish communications. You knew that I was on aerial.
I can't just pull soldiers out of an Oni research base. That's not how this works.
How does it work, Captain? You abandon your men and hope they come home safely?
I had every intention of bringing you and your team back.
They're all dead, Boro. All of them. Gone for a cause they had no idea about.
We couldn't risk an internal affair. Handing you off to Oni was the best choice for us.
For us? Which us are you talking about? There's dozens of troopers down there that would love to know why Captain Avon isn't coming home. The man who held us together! You didn't even try to warn us when those reinforcements arrived.
What? We sent out alerts to all forces on the ground once we caught them on our radar.
What?
Avon was a good soldier, Tarkov. with the rest of your team. We did all we could to assist you from here. But when Oni told us you were in their sights, we couldn't fight them. No one fights Oni. You can't fight something that knows your every move.
Yeah, so I've heard. But we'll see about that.
I know that look, Sergeant. What are you going to do?
I truly am sorry for your losses, Tarkov. Really, if there's anything I can do.
I need answers, Admiral. Oni pulled us from our home ship and held on to us to question us. What would they have done when they were finished?
It's hard to say. They would have released you more than likely.
Would they have? We knew things that no one else could comprehend. Knowledge of history and what our purpose is. Oni finds that kind of information dangerous, don't they?
You're putting yourself on edge for no reason, son. We take care of issues and resolve them accordingly.
And what if what I know becomes a bigger issue?
I imagine we'll have the ability to help you in any way we can.
Help me. Is that what those interrogations were?
They were for the benefit of everyone involved. We had no idea what we were dealing with.
And right there is what I'm worried about, sir. You locked me away, took me from my team, all so you could ask me questions. I couldn't even leave the room I was living in, unless I was called in for another session. You put so much attention into setting protocols and responses to things, I don't believe that you take the time to consider if those things are even moral.
Well, son, sometimes what appears to be immoral is the only option available.
So the way you made those Spartans, was that the only option available?
I believe your shuttle will be arriving ahead of schedule, Tarkov. I'm afraid I have to cut this conversation short.
I have a lot more questions on my mind, sir.
I believe you've run short on time for those, Sergeant. I wish you luck on the field. Dismissed.
But, sir,
I said you are dismissed.
Yes, sir.
Tarkov, what's going on? Where's the captain?
Dead.
Wait, what? Avon is dead? How?
The same way that the others met that fate. Mistakes that could have been avoided. Have you seen Jackson anywhere?
Helix? Yeah, up in his personal quarters. Why?
I need to talk to him.
Yeah, well, first you talk to me. You're leaving me in the dark here, and I need a damn candle or something at least.
And I promise I'll go into detail later, but I need to see Helix. Guy's the only trooper that passed basic with me. I trust him to have my back.
Go get your support.
Thanks, Chris.
Been wondering when you'd get back. Had the boys worried?
We need to talk. Something important.
I've got time. Go ahead.
Delta 4 is dead. No one left standing, just me.
What?
Oni. They were behind the entire thing.
Oni? What did you get mixed up in?
Something that I can't handle by myself. Look, Oni picked us up from that mission and took something from us that was valuable to them. It's called the Deadbolt Key, and I need it back.
What's so important about it?
Oni's gonna try something with it. They orchestrated everything. They blocked communications from this ship to the surface. They were behind all of it, just so they could get to it.
Okay, slow down. Back it up. You missed the question. What's the Deadbolt Key for?
A purpose that is way beyond anything that I can explain. All I can tell you is that it can't be left in Oni's hands. We need to do something, and we need to do it now.
And how do you know that Oni was the cause of the comms issues?
Think about how much they know, Helix. If they found out that a piece of tech like that existed, they would do anything to get it, including throwing UNSC forces at it, then cleaning up the scrap so that they can get their hands on it for whatever it is they'll use it for.
What's your plan?
I know the location of the station that has the key. I just need a team to come with me and get it.
You mean an extraction mission? On our own government?
They aren't on our side, Jackson. They're after power, that's it. They need to be put in check before they decide to screw over more of our brothers and sisters just to get what they want.
Just say we were actually to pull this off. What then? We'll become enemies of the UNSC. We'll be the ones screwed from then on.
I know people on the new Constantinople colony that could help us. We just need the key before we get to that part. I have no one left to trust outside of you and those men out there. I can't risk the possibility of more lives needlessly being thrown aside by Oni.
I'll see who I can get in on this. I'll meet you in the hangar 2200.
Thank you, brother. I can't do this without you.
Yeah, I know. Get out of here before higher-ups question why you're all worked up.
Right. I'll see you then.
Tarkov, they assigned you here too, huh?
If I had known you were assigned here too, I would have refused the offer.
Glad you two are already well acquainted. Tarkov, is it?
Yes, sir. Happy to be on with Delta 4.
I appreciate the enthusiasm, but don't get too excited about it. You'll be spending a lot more time with your boots in the mud.
I'll follow anywhere you lead, sir.
Aw, ain't that sweet?
Yeah, Tarkov, this is Corporal Stry. She just got stationed onto the Aegis Fate last week.
That's so. How'd you get put in one of the best teams on board, Corporal?
First of all, the name is Jane.
Her marksmanship has been unmatched as of a few months ago. No one has shot better than her, so I requested she be brought into my next team.
Well, isn't that impressive? Happy you could join us.
Likewise, Sergeant. Whoa, those are some nasty scars there.
Oh, these? Got them on my first drop. An ape tried to take me out during a push into enemy lines. I was lucky to walk out of that mission with just these scars.
They look pretty badass, Scarface.
Scarface?
I'm glad you all got your introductions out of the way, because we've already got a target to take care of at 16:30. Get to the pod bay, and maybe we'll be back in time to talk some more over a few drinks.
You have no idea how much of a motivator that is.
What, you a closet alcoholic?
I wouldn't call myself that. Nah.
What would you call yourself then?
Save the talk for when the job is done, troopers.
Yes, sir.
This is all you could get?
Some of the guys are worried that Oni made you crazy. These were the only ones that were completely on board.
Let's hope 4 guys can get us that key.
Wait up!
Chris?
Sorry I'm late. I overheard some things Helix was talking to the others about. I had to get in on this.
You just got stationed here, man. I can't let you put that on the line. Not now.
Dude, you've been there for me ever since I arrived on this hunk of junk. Let me do something to pay you back, at least. Once. Besides, Oni conspiracies and taking it to the man? I'm in.
As willing as I am to simply take off from this hangar and find that station, we need to find a way to get off the ship without sparking concern or confusion.
Already taken care of.
What? How?
Well, hearing about what you were planning on doing, I figured that you would need a way off of the ship without being pegged as a deserter. I may have added a mission listing into our database with the extra time I had, hence why I was a little late.
You hacked into the mission logs.
Can we discuss my prowess with coding later? I have our launch window open on that Pelican for only 10 minutes before they lock the hangar doors.
Right. Everyone on the Pelican. You, take that pilot seat and get us to the station. If Oni was able to transport me between Victoria and Ariel on just a small shuttle, Victoria has to be close.
On it.
Chris, get up there with him and try to get a triangulation on their outgoing signals.
I'll see what I can do.
Kind of intense to be bringing those, isn't it?
When we get in there, we won't be friendlies in their book. They'll do anything to keep their secrets. Don't shoot to kill, but don't be helpless either.
I can get behind that.
Hey, Tarkov! We found something!
How did you find something that fast?
They didn't do much to hide their signal. It only took a few bypass patches to breach their masking.
Where did you come from, Chris?
Reach. You'd be surprised with the things you can learn hacking around New Alexandria.
I've never been there. I wouldn't know.
I'll let you visit sometime, assuming we aren't executed by Oni agents.
Let's keep that mindset tucked away for now. Stay focused on the task and worry about dying later.
Huh. Yes, sir.
You ready?
Ready to breach an Oni facility in search of an alien artifact that could cause serious harm if left in the hands of such an untrustworthy agency? Absolutely.
You seem a bit too ready almost.
Rumors of Oni's misconduct in the galaxy has spread like wildfire ever since the insurrection in the inner colonies. I was just waiting for them to give me some reason.
Think you'll be able to make your mark?
Most definitely.
Tarkov, get back up here! You gotta see this!
What is it?
We've been tracking the signal and burning towards it, and I believe we found the station.
Well, good, but where is it? I'm only seeing asteroids.
That's the thing. One of the asteroids is the station.
You're kidding, right?
That doesn't make sense to you. Weren't you caught up in another dimension with an alien construct?
Who told you that?
I hear things people don't intend for me to hear pretty often. Point is, we're nearing this massive asteroid in front of us, and the signal's only getting stronger. You may want to prepare for insertion.
Someone's trying to contact us.
Patch it through.
You have no idea who you're messing with, Sergeant.
Likewise, Commander.
This situation with your construct is over. Turn that Pelican around and return to Aegis Fate now.
Is that a threat, sir?
Consider it a warning. You have 5 seconds before I mark you as hostiles. That is a threat.
We've dropped into hell plenty of times before, Commander. What's one last jump?
You're making your last mistake, Sergeant.
Know what? For the first time in my life, I actually feel like I'm not the one making a mistake. Tarkov out.
You'll regret this, Sergeant.
Find a landing pad. I want a quick and strong insertion. Once we're grounded, get your weapons and meet us inside.
Got it.
Landing in 10.
Troopers, stand by for deployment.
Jumping the ramp in 5.
You think we can pull this off?
This is the least impossible thing I've done this week.
Green light.
Stand down, troopers!
Take him.
No need to make so much noise.
Get that door open. The deadbolt key is in one of the research labs. We need to sweep until we find it. Come. Stack up. Got it. Go, go, go! Down this hallway. Move! This door here. Stack up. Knock, knock.
Breaching.
Drop it!
You first.
Lower your weapons, troopers. I will not warn you again.
Where's the key, Ortega?
Being loaded onto a transport set for another facility as we speak.
And you think you'll hold me here? You're outnumbered and outgunned. I suggest you get out of our way.
Killing an officer wasn't enough for you, was it? How much death is needed before you're satisfied, trooper?
I only kill those who stand in my way and refuse to move.
Is that what a soldier does?
I'm more of a soldier than you'll ever be.
Prove it then. Pull that trigger and watch what happens when...
Drop 'em. Now. Get your ass on the ground.
Stay down! You'll be fine. You'll just have a hard time walking for a while.
Bastard! I'll make sure I'll hunt you down when this is over.
Looking forward to it. Troopers, we have a transport to catch! Let's move! Hallway clear. Secondary landing pad just up ahead. Don't let them off this rock!
Target sighted.
Hostile fire. Take them down.
Chris, get that transport grounded! Track out! Are we still airtight?
They weren't able to get the bay doors open. We're in the clear.
Good. Search the wreckage. Find that key. Well, hello, Glassman.
Sergeant, I need help.
Reinforcements will be here shortly, no doubt. You'll get medical treatment. Just stay calm. The key. Where is it?
The case.
Thank you, Doctor. Hang in there. Troopers, we got what we came for. Pack it up. Let's move.
Move it. Move it.
Tarkov, what if they pull in reinforcements before we can get out? Then we clear a hole.
Let's hope we can evac in time.
This is the home stretch. Almost there. On your 6.
You're not taking that key, Sergeant!
This is it! Chris, get that bird running. We'll cover you. Copy. Fire those engines, now!
He's ready.
You first, go!
Moving.
Tarkov, let's go.
That's how it's done.
Solid work, troopers. Solid work.
You think Ortega will try to shoot down the Pelican with that Magnum?
Oh, definitely.
Poor soul.
Tarkov, where am I flying this thing?
Aim is towards New Constantinople. We aren't safe to go back to the Aegis.
New Constantinople? That's a week's trip in this thing.
Whatever it takes, Helix. I'm not letting them find us so easily.
And you can trust your contacts there?
I was raised there. I have plenty of friends to reach out to.
You never told me you were born on such a nice planet.
Nice to visit, sure. Not so much for a living. this? What's going on?
Ortega's support just showed up. I'm going to try to outmaneuver them. Strap yourselves in.
Andor, can you come downstairs, please?
Just a minute, Mom. I'm on the last page of that paper that Miss Almasi wanted done. Adrian said he would probably stop by afterwards to hang out once I'm all wrapped up.
Right. Well, there's someone here who wants to see you.
Who?
Come to the living room, Kichakim.
Hello there, young man. Andor, yes?
Yeah?
My name is Captain Borrow. I was in command of the fleet that defended this colony these past few weeks. It was my job to defend the planet itself, while also using every tactic necessary to bring down the invading Covenant ships. Your uncle led smaller units to infiltrate and dismantle the enemy vessels.
You know my uncle?
Oh yes, indeed. Staff Sergeant Stark would go on and on about the prodigy that his sister is raising. He was very proud of you.
Where is he?
Well, son, the battle taking place above this world took a toll. Your uncle was killed by Covenant forces above New Constantinople only a few days ago. We didn't have confirmation of his passing until 2 hours ago. Despite our recent victory, he was unable to see through. He fought valiantly, giving his life to save one of his troopers. He was a good man, even to the end.
What?
I'm very sorry for your loss.
Mom, come on. That can't be true.
Andor.
He's
gone, but never forgotten. You know, he often spoke of wanting a son of his own to carry on his legacy in the UNSC. A strong young man to take his helm and keep the fight for humanity alive.
I can't. I can't do what he did. He went through hell for us. I can't do that.
You know, your uncle used to say the same thing about his father. His father always said that a true soldier doesn't walk through hell. They jump right in. And you know which way they go.
Tarkov, we've arrived.
Finally. I can stop eating these disgusting meal replacement bars.
Any sign of a hostile threat?
Not so far. I'll keep you posted.
Good. Remember, keep your ODST gear on. The locals around here have a major respect for the uniform.
Sergeant Tarkov, you are ordered to land your craft and surrender yourself, and whoever else you have on board. There will be no other warnings.
Well, at least the locals respect the uniform.
I set the Pelican to autopilot, so we land on their coordinates. I'm not risking us getting shot down. Not after everything that's happened.
Tarkov, what are you doing?
It's Section 3. They want the key.
You're just gonna fight them?
Face worse odds, haven't we?
But that's suicide.
Suicide is rolling over and letting them take what they want. You have the title of an orbital drop shock trooper. Wear it like a badge of honor. Those agents down there, the ones that put innocent lives at risk just so they could achieve a higher form of power, they're trying to strip you of that honor. So what is it going to be, Helix? Will you roll over, or will you stand?
Let's see what Oni is made of.
We're nearing the landing site. 15 seconds.
This is where we make our statement. Oni doesn't have the power that they think they do, and we have the ability to stand against their disgusting ways. Today, we prove to ourselves that we are worthy of being ODSTs by standing against an enemy that no one else can stand a chance against. Troopers, when we drop into hell, which way do we go?
We go feet first, sir.